Hello,
Poor
everybody.
man.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 1. Today, we're taking a look at MS-322, taking on the Leftside Lunchboxes. And with me here today is the unluckiest man in the entire LD2L circuit. If he's not, he's close. We've got Spaz is a Spaz with me here. What's going on, Spaz?
Somehow I've gotten into this video call, and I don't know how I got here.
It involved chloroform, don't worry.
I can't confirm nor deny that there's a gun pointed at my head.
Starting
So don't
out,
shoot.
oh, don't worry, I will. Starting out here with some interesting bands. Looter is looking at the Pit Lord. The Pit Lord Rubik combo, actually. That's a really devastating combo. I'm a little surprised we don't see it more often in LD2L, given how often people pick those two particular heroes. Looter wants neither side of it. And Alina would be a good reason why. Um, those two combined really hamstring Lina into a very predefined role. So getting rid of them, not a bad idea. MS-322 taking it hard to Looter immediately. Want to make the lane very free for Adam by banning out the Furion and the Tusk there. That's two Looter classics. At least I assume they're thinking Looter's going mid. I don't know where the hell else he'd go otherwise.
Riki.
Picking that Ricky. Ricky everywhere right now in the support lines. Seeing Roxy Roro run it off screen. What do you think of this support Ricky idea, Spaz?
I don't like it. I don't like the new meta. I haven't played in close to a year, so I don't know what the meta
Just
is
don't
right
like
now.
it. Yeah, Ricky has a ridiculously high win rate because after years and years and years of Smoke Cloud being a really good support skill, people are starting to warm up to the idea, basically.
He's an assassin. Like, how is
Yeah.
an assassin a support?
He just drops Smoke Cloud on you and then hits you with a little blow dart that makes you go to sleep. And that's really all he needs to do.
Then the team surrounds you and you're dead, huh?
Yep. And it is it basically means it does mean that like a team without BKB or innate magic immunity really struggles against Ricky. If I'm Leftside Lunchboxes, this is the like I don't know. It's like even if you have innate magic immunity, you gotta predict when the smoke cloud's coming out, have good vision for it. That is tough to do in LD2L. So you can't even say pick Juggernaut here necessarily. You know.
What
Even
is
though,
vision?
What?
What is vision? What is this vision you speak of?
That explains some of your team's performances. Treant Protector coming up here. I like the tree. I like the Tree Lina combo here, even if they're not going to be interacting necessarily. Treant being able to hold people down for Lina to beat the hell out of is going to be really good. Treant being able to put the living armor on Lina and support her with a leech seed is going to be really good. It's not like a 300 IQ mastermind combo by any stretch of the imagination, don't get me wrong, but I think it works well together.
10 seconds
And compensate for each other's weaknesses in a pretty good way.
Team ban.
Ember Spirit knocked out, Batrider knocked out. Interesting to see Batrider taking more of a front stage here in the LD2L scene when in both pubs and in competitive, like high-level competitive play, Batrider hasn't exactly been, changing the world or anything. Is that US Danny run last season where he just put the fear of God into everybody with it, I guess? Ember Spirit knocked out here. Ember Spirit, one of the top Adam heroes. Adam, one of the guys in this season. I think there are a couple of mids that are in almost sort of this like pigeonhole position. Adam, Jopa, Reedy, who have kind of these very similar pools. They're probably going to see a lot of very similar mids getting banned out through a lot of this season. Drow Ranger getting knocked out, no surprise. Hey, you want to know? You want to know something disgusting, Spaz?
I want to know who these players are and how they did last season. Did any of these players make it to the playoffs last season?
pvcpipe made it to playoffs. Roxy Roro made it to finals. Rest of these weren't in last season. Looter would have gotten to playoffs had he personally not accidentally made a GG. Lone Wolf wasn't here, Maddie made bracket, J-Bay wasn't here, Tall Balls made bracket. Actually, PVC, Matty Boy, and Tall Balls were all on the same team last season, so that's kind of funny.
So tell me about the GG. What happened there?
Um, so the team Looter was on, this was the Kid Dynamite
10
team.
seconds
Uh,
remaining.
like they were in a base race, and their team
5
was about to
seconds
win, and then
remaining.
Looter called GG. The time between the GG call and the end of the game was so short that the Ancient actually blew up before the GG went through. But because Looter called it to like concede and nobody on his team knew they could just take that back, they actually had to lose and failed to make bracket anyway.
Radiant
What?
team pick.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Was he a captain?
Oh yeah, Looter's a captain now. He wasn't a captain on that team. That was Kid Dynamite's team. But now he's a captain. Hopefully no GGs this time.
So we should make an admin call where only captains can call a GG.
Yeah, there we go. We got,
10
that would
seconds
certainly help you
remaining.
out a lot if you, ever have a team with Howler again. Got
5
another a
seconds
Dawnbreaker
remaining.
ban here, very firmly targeted at Tall Balls, I believe. Magnus ban, that's definitely on J-Bay. J-Bay 7, I think, is one of the people who might be getting overly slept on in the course of this season. While you can't say that most of the J-Bay pool is exactly the
Dire
most meta
team
guys in the
pick.
world, if you actually look at his games, this guy just nothing but results. He beats people up, just takes no prisoners. He has a very hard and fast style of gameplay. Liking coming up, that's probably our pause one, which is going to be PVC pipe. If you're not aware,
10
it's going to be
seconds
playing pause one
remaining.
this season.
He's not going to be playing Pause 4
Nope,
5
or Pause
seconds
3.
remaining.
nope. We have gotten to the core PVC pipe. I think he was inspired by Combination Bean uh, on Bean 10 last season, which was a very dominant team until they stopped listening to my draft advice.
Would you say I wasn't listening?
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Shoutouts to Godlike Matt for being told explicitly not to pick Legion Commander and then doing it anyway.
So how you been, man? I've been
Horrible.
why you been
I'm
horrible?
a horrible guy. I spread horrible vibes. That's just how I be.
You're not toxic. If anything,
That's
I'm
what you
toxic.
think.
Everybody says I'm toxic. That's why they won't play with me.
Poor Spaz.
Dire team pick.
Leshrac coming out. Leshrac was the king of yesterday's meta. Still pretty nasty, and I really like this combo with the Treon Protector here. That has some legs. You can keep somebody without BKB stunned for a really long time, and it's going to be funny because usually the
10
gimmick with
seconds
Ricky right
remaining.
now is that the enemy team just can't fight at all until all the cores have BKB,
5
basically.
seconds remaining.
But it's kind of like the same both ways with this lineup. Because if you try to fight into Lina, Treant, Leshrac without BKB, you're just going to get, like, stunned for 15 hours straight and just die. There's just no two ways about it.
So does left side have all their supports yet?
Maybe.
So you think Lena and Tree are support?
Could be. Well,
Oh, it's Clockwork.
or not Lena, Tree Clock are probably our supports here. Lesh is a big time pause 2 right now, and if you can believe it, Lena's a big pause 1 at the moment.
She's a carry right now?
Yep. Kai was pioneering that, you know.
10 seconds remaining.
I was going to say, what about a silencer for the dire side? But I think
5
silencer's probably not going to
seconds
come in now.
Yeah,
That's how you stop the Sapphire, right?
Silencer Mondo broken at the moment. But Clock should be definitely good to stop the Snapfire. I actually really like that Clock pick. This is a good draft so far. For a looter who is coming into this as, I believe, a first-time ever captain, I really like his first draft here. Well, it's not his first because he had a scrim, but you know how it goes. Void Spirit coming up. Void Spirit, I actually like that as a counterattack as well. Void Spirit isn't what he used to be, but like once he gets Ags in particular, nobody on the enemy team can like do anything, and he can just eat everybody. This is a great game for him. I feel like at the moment, especially with how interesting Lycan is, quote unquote, banning out the Jug, assuming Lycan 3, it might be, I guess. I'm thinking we're probably getting the Heelys pick last. I think PVC Pipe knows Heelys is probably where his bread's going to be buttered for the at least first few games of this season. Shadow Fiend banned out.
So what do you think is the best item in the game right now? Is a Yule still a good item? How many Yules are we going to see in this game?
I don't know. How many Yules? I would imagine
At least
Like,
2, right?
10 seconds remaining.
maybe. It
Because
depends on
Lena
how
likes it and Leshrac likes it, right?
5 seconds
Lush
remaining.
doesn't build it so much right now, because right now you're like all about just rush to Bloodstone and then just stack a million instances of damage on top of it, which is really hard to counter. Because right now the gimmick with Bloodstone is that it has like an active where you just get a ridiculous amount of spell lifesteal, and if you're a Leshrac and you use it, you're like unkillable. It's better for him than a Satanic is for most Pause 1s, let's say it like that.
So it sounds like the game is broken again.
Game is hard, what can I tell you? Again, both of those things got nerfed in the last patch, so it's not quite as bad, but it's still pretty nasty.
Radiant
Void Spirit
team
does have a
ban.
pretty good response to it if he can get there early, if he can silence Lesh before he gets much stuff off, and especially if he can silence Selena, then their team fights are a lot easier. The Ricky Smoke Cloud in particular is going to
10
definitely have an
seconds
impact
remaining.
on the Lena. If they can, like, just chain into that,
5
that should be
seconds
really
remaining.
good. I feel like this MS-322 lineup is going to be very highly dependent on their last pick here. It's going to make or break. As far as what's the best item, I don't really know right now at the top of my head. I don't think the item parity right now is to such a degree you can say really comfortably that there is just a best item at the moment.
Is everybody getting an ag still?
A lot of people are. Who's getting Ags this game? I mean, Void Spirit is going to get Ags guaranteed. Clockwork likely getting Ags. Clockwork Ags is really funny right now. He just gets a jetpack. That might have been the case, like right when you stopped, but
What was it? Shard.
oh, maybe I'm getting it backwards. One of them is the jetpack, and one of them is the weird thing where it's like
Overclock.
you reset all your cooldowns. You get like the Tinker thing, but you
Yeah.
like explode.
Dire
Yeah, he gets
team
overclock on his ags. And then as soon as it dispels, he gets stunned.
I think that might be gone now. I don't know. I'd have to look at clocking game. It's been too long since I thought about clockwork in a deep, compelling way. Did I mention I like the clock pick here a lot? I like the clock pick here a lot,
10
especially if they can pull it
seconds
out.
remaining.
Yeah, you like it against the Ricky, right?
I like it against the Ricky. I like it
5
against the
seconds
Lycan too.
remaining.
It's like one of the things in the game that Lycan really just does not have many great options to deal with. Like if you turn into a wolf, that's great. Where are you going though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't run over the cogs.
And then you've got to deal with the Leshrac thing. And by the way, Leshrac still has that really
Radiant
annoying
team
thing where it just like the stun just keeps coming at you. That might be a little much. I don't know. I don't know if I like the Bloodseeker too much here. It's another thing to stop Lycan from getting the hell out, but I kind of struggle to see what else he does in this matchup. Like, you're not going to
He
silence the
helps with
snap.
the
10
Ricky.
seconds remaining.
Well, Ricky's not going to be core, so it's like, and Ricky can
5
dodge
seconds
with tricks of the
remaining.
trade anyway. Ricky can dodge silence with tricks of the trade. Void Spirit can dodge with a lot of
You may
things.
now select your heroes.
Is that a Lycan 3?
I believe it is. Interesting. It's not incorrect, I would say. Even though he's very popular right now as a 1, I don't think that's incorrect by any stretch of the imagination, especially since, calling a spade here. Like I said in the middle of draft, Healy's is going to be where this team's bread is buttered for a little while, so. Putting the big bad hero on him is good. I do think the Spectre might be in want of a little context. Spectre is really good right now because she has awesome matchups more than really anything else. The Lena is a really good matchup, and that's a pause one. But I don't know if Spectre's terribly great into anybody else on this team, for the most part. Could if she gets a lot of space and a lot of time, but that's kind of an if. Especially considering, Lycan's a greedy guy. He's going to be hoovering up any money he can get. Void Spirit is fairly greedy for a while. He's not going to be able to do anything until he gets Ags BKB, and that's not cheap. So you're going to have to be competing with that as well. Peaches has like young Snapfire going on. You see that?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's not a grandma, huh?
There's something just so fundamentally wrong about the non-grandma Snapfire.
Oh my goodness, 19-3-4 is Lena last game.
Yeah, Lena's pretty good right now, to say the least. There was another game where there was like almost a massive upset because a far like higher tiered team, at least in my opinion, took on a lower tier lineup, but they let the Lena through, and they almost lost just because of that. That's about where Lena sits at the moment. I think she is more dangerous at this tier than she would be at like more competitive play, but yeah, she good. And whenever Lena is good, you know you're gonna see a lot of Lena in LD2L.
Do you follow a lot of the other leagues? Like,
Nope.
Is she playing in? Okay.
I can tell you this: she's not being played in Fluffy Hat right now.
Well, nobody's playing in Fluffy Hat.
Yeah.
I saw everybody leaving the Discord, and I was like,
It's over. I think she's pretty common in most of the lineups in RD2L as well.
So cutting down the trees for the Treon Protector already.
Yep. Healy's at work. Interesting here that Healy's has opted to occupy this little area. Oh wait, no, he's radiant. I'm blind. Never mind. It's not interesting. This is exactly what he should be doing.
So I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, what did I miss? Did they rotate did they flip the map on me?
They haven't changed the game that much, I promise. Pages and PVC actually out here, both rocking the MS-322 clan tag, so bonus points to them. No points for Hollywood for using last season's Thug Wood team there as his team tag. Got a little bit of a, not Hollywood, that's actually Roxy Roro. Sorry, that's an incredible insult to Roxy Roro right there.
I was gonna say, I didn't even know Hollywood is in this game. I was like, not recognizing any of these names.
Nothing terribly interesting to start our match off here, so as traditional, we'll go down the list with the roll call here. So, for MS-322, Pause 1, captain of the team, making his LD2L debut in the Pause 1 role, we have pvcpipe. Matty Boy speaking in blue like he's US Danny. Pause 2, we've got Adam, also known as Ari, on the Void Spirit. Pause 3, we've got Healy's on the Lycan. Pause 4, we've got Roxy Roro on the Ricky. Interesting strategy here on the part of MS-322, doubling up on their offlane here with the Roxy Healy's offlane rather than splitting Pages off. And finally, Pages down in the safe lane, Pause 5 with the Snapfire here, the young Snapfire. Airing on TBS now. Leftside Lunchboxes. Pause 1, you've got the Lone Wolf, who's got some weeb stuff at the end of his name there on the Lena. Pause 2, captain of the team on the Leshrac, we got Looter himself. And you know what Looter's last name is?
Smith.
No, it's Shooter.
Looter Shooter.
Pause 3, you've got J Bay on the Bloodseeker. Pause 4, Tall Balls on the Clockwork. And pause 5, you've got Matty Boy on the Treant Protector. And so far you can already see J Bay here is going to be quite the rough rider in the offlane. You know, just to be blunt, this is not exactly the safe lane that you want on an LD2L team for the most part. Unfortunately for PVC, who drafted himself to do this, you've got a learning Pause 1 and a Pause 5 who does really well with more established Pause 1s, more established safe lanes, but I feel like struggles a little bit in the department of trying to help somebody who's just learning the role for the first time, I think. You know, it's like I said before, compare Pages in like Season 12 to or Season 14 to Pages on MK Ulti, if you want a good example of that. Roxy Roro going deep here against Maddie and Lena. Being very aggressive with this Ricky play. Which isn't too surprising. Every time I've seen Roxy Roro on this Ricky, It's been balls to the wall. It's been, you know, go in, get some fight. I don't even... I know I'm picked for Smoke Cloud. I don't even care. I'm just going to beat people up till I get it. Just make sure I waste 0 time in this match. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. So far, looks like this is doing okay. Though, Lone
So,
Wolf
are
is
you
still...
going to call out that the Bloodseekers higher CS than the mid players right now?
Well, I already did, if you recall. I mentioned, you know, he's putting on a dominant performance down there in the offlane. And that's what I was talking about there. So far, just nothing has even vaguely gotten in the way of his farming. He's freely gotten every last hit available to him, basically.
And he has more denies than the
Than
PVC
anyone
has
else.
last hits.
He has more denies than like the rest of the lobby added up, almost. Actually, yeah, he's just too short.
What's the skill cap on this player? Is he a legend?
I believe so, yeah. I think he's like 3,100, 3,200. He's around that range. One of the higher level in the league.
And PVC is what, like 19,
Yeah.
1800?
Around that. I think he might have gone down because I think he's been trying to do pause 1 and ranked games a lot. And, you know, whenever you're learning a new role, you're always running aground a little bit trying to do that in ranked. You know, that's how White Joel Birch is here. And why the second he stopped, he got back to like Ancient 4 immediately. Well, he's not there yet, but you know, he's getting there. The White Joel Birch, you familiar with that name at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually a captain in this season, if you can believe that. And between the time he signed up to now, he's already like over 4K.
Jesus.
And he was like just Archon when he signed up for captain too, so he went up like over 1,000 MMR in like a month.
Nothing? Yeah, that's sandbagging.
Yep. The time-honored tradition. PVC in a little trouble here. I don't think he's dead, but he's gonna have to back off for a little bit here. The sustain in this lane, not gonna be great at keeping him up. J Bay going deep here, trying to keep the pressure on. Tallball's walking back, but he's kind of low. Has some gears, could be interesting, but I don't think anything comes out of this.
I was gonna say that was a big creep wave.
Tallballs accidentally hits his Q. Where it comes out. Both the members of the Radiant safe lane already very close to. Oh, we missed first blood here, which means that we didn't miss first blood at all.
Oh, he was low.
Matty.
How long was he playing with fire?
Matty, don't do that, bro.
He took the kill too. That's hilarious.
Ricky did die as a result of that, but yeah, I cannot condone that. I will not say that's probably a good trade for this lane. You know, Lycan didn't get that first blood, but being in proximity to it is not exactly what you want to have happen in a lane like this. It's definitely going to be a race to 6 in the offlane.
So PVC is somehow leveled ahead. So he's getting that solo XP.
Looter is getting bottle crowed here by Matty Boy. And yeah, Patriots just stepped out of the lane there for a minute, so now it's 5-3 versus 4-4.
What sort of prize is
Though I will say, I don't know how much that's going to tilt the lane. I think you need like another level on PVC. You know, his ult isn't going to like mean anything here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Whereas,
attack.
okay.
One for him.
While we're watching
They
this
get-
fight, they did have a gank up at top.
Yeah.
And this is going to end inconclusively, so let's see the end of this.
Ooh, they're gonna
Man,
get
we're
him.
just getting body blocked up here.
They want the Lycan to take the kill.
Yeah, it's a good way to go about it. You definitely, like I said, you know,
Radiant's middle tower
Healy's is
is
going to
under
play a
attack.
very similar role in
Radiant
this
structures
season,
are
I think, that
fortified.
guy like Matt played in the last season. You know, these first sets of games are going to be very, very, very dependent on his success. I think the team's aware of that, and they're going to build around that as much as possible. Good gank there on the part of Adam. Gets double kill, knocks out the pause one who The second most likely, I guess, now on this team to be a problem, the completely unhindered free farm that Bloodseeker has been getting is getting really concerning. You know, keep in mind, I would say the reason that you don't see that much Pons 3 Bloodseeker for the most part in this league is that Bloodseeker, for the most part, he ain't really too great in lane. He's a little hard to kill if you don't have the burst to kill him, but a lot of safe lanes are going to have that. And if they do, it's kind of easy to just completely shut him down, get him out of there. But this Bloodseeker has just completely eaten this lane. It's like this team has two mids, basically. Okay, what happened here?
I mean, he's almost at 80 last hits at 8 minutes. Is
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
that was a good kill.
And he's not almost at 80, he's at 53.
No, 53 plus 26, bro.
There we go, yeah. He's got almost 80 CS. There we go.
Yeah, CS. There you go. Creep score.
Snapfire is indeed missing, though closer than perhaps Tall Balls expects.
I'm kind of surprised that they haven't pulled the lane. I mean, they're already dominating it, but they haven't side pulled it.
I mean, when
No,
PVC has about half of your total last hits and cannot farm under his tower, I don't know how necessary that is. If anything, you probably want to keep the heat up so that you can just keep going down here and knocking out this tower. It's already half dead, you can see. Even though JB hasn't really been making a concerted effort to kill it, it's already half dead.
Could they kill it with the next catapult in 30 seconds?
Potentially.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We would need to, I mean, Spectre doesn't have Spectral. I mean, she will, because she's going to eat a bunch of mangoes, but it's going to be a costly Spectral dagger. I don't know if she's going to want to do that just to push out a lane. And they're not going to use
He
the
already
tower.
has a javelin on the Bloodseeker.
Yep. We don't usually do this in lane phase, but if you look at the net worth here, you can see 4,400 on Bloodseeker compared to 2,800 on the Spectre. 4,600 now, and it's well over. PVC is playing funny games.
Oh,
with that
he's
blade mail.
moving. Why is he moving? Why is
He's
he
got
moving?
blade mail.
I know, but he's still moving. Oh my god.
I think the idea was supposed to be he was just gonna hit blade mail and make Bloodseeker kill himself. But that isn't exactly how it turned out. Meanwhile, at top, Matty Boy's gonna go down in contrast, so I gotta say that's a considerably smaller kill, though for an equally large target. One thing that should be worrying if you're camp PVC at this point is the okay, goodbye, Rick. One thing that should be worrying is the distinction between the net worths of the two pos 3s here. Oh man, that Centaur is in such an awkward spot.
Dire's middle
That Centaur
Turn
stomps.
back!
Ooh!
Turn back!
She turned back to get the stun. Oh my god, she's gonna stay. She's gonna ride it out. She's gonna win!
Yep. Yep.
Ah!
And the tips come in.
Good play there from Matty Boy. Just punishing.
top tower is under attack.
Kill yourself.
Alright. Good play there from Matty Boy. Nothing that's high IQ there, but just no hesitation, knew exactly what he needed to do, just immediately carried it out. Lena turning around, getting a kill there is awesome. That is everything you want to have happen to in this sort of lane phase where, you know, Bloodseeker is rolling in money. Lena has more money than the enemy mid, even though she's the pos 1 at 11 minutes. This is a great start for the Leftside Lunchboxes in this game. Lena also has Javelin. I believe she probably got it after Bloodseeker, but you know how it goes. Okay, I'm just gonna... This is a game where I miss every kill, I guess. Looter gonna go bot down here and, yeah,
Uh-oh.
pretty good
They hit
gank
the
here.
stun. They hit the stun.
Is under attack.
That Spectre just going home.
He's got a Maelstrom.
At this point,
Radiant's bottom
PVC
tower
has
is
to
under
be
attack.
really just questioning why he got out of bed this morning. This is a very unfortunate start for him. Lowest last hits in the server by a pretty good margin. He's got no denies and 2 deaths.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Bloodseeker, the man he laned against at 12 minutes, has
Under attack.
double his net worth. This
Radiant's
it
bottom
kind of
tower
sucks to be
is under
Spectre
attack.
already. Trying to rush this blade mail as like a gimmick to try and make the rupture backfire really did not pay off, I don't think. That's just going to set his farm even farther back at this point. Especially if Looter is going to do what he probably should here and just straight up occupy the enemy territory. Though,
he's coming with the DD.
Yep, Void Spirit with that DD here. This could be a very dead Looter. Big kill.
Oh, he just
gonna try and fight
ulted.
this. I don't think Bloodseeker
he
can.
dead.
Clockwork missed the hook shot there.
Oh, they're gonna let him run.
Here comes the artillery.
Oh.
Unfortunately for Clockwork, that's not friendly artillery, so he's gonna have to take the L here. 2 kills for Void Spirit.
Uh-oh.
And Paige
They
is
have
gonna get
another
away.
maelstrom.
Never mind.
They have 2 maelstroms. Dire has a maelstrom on Lena and on Bloodseeker.
3 consecutive. No, JB, no! 3 consecutive kills for the Void Spirit here. He's now walking away from that fight 4-0. You know, a lot of people, I think, dismissed Adam at the start of this season just due to, you know, just how unfortunate his win rate has been. You know, last year he has a 41% win rate. But if you actually analyze the games, if you actually look at what he's done, you know, oftentimes I think it's just like a strategic issue. He plays really well. It's just the decisions he makes off of playing really well, or the decisions that his team makes in some cases, just don't tend to pan out. But on a team like this, where you have really good shot calling, I think you can really see the best of Adam coming out here. When he has a good game plan, when there's a PVC pipe, a Roxy Row, a Pages in his ear to steer him on the right path, he can really be pretty deadly. And so far, he's looking like his team's only realistic victory condition in this game. If he can at least get Lycan to the point where he's also online, if he can make that kind of space, then we can definitely see a turnaround here on the part of MS-322.
I mean, Lycan has 2 items.
Yep.
What's
he's just going to be building up the super Vlads here. Well,
yeah.
we used the former Super Vlads. I guess probably now, more accurately said, Super Helm. It's going to be actually pretty big. This team actually doesn't have a great response to if Ancients just start prowling around on the field. It's easy, I think, sometimes to underestimate just how much of an impact Ancients can actually have.
So they just bought a smoke on the Radiant side. Are they smoking?
I'm going to guess.
Uh-oh! Oh, missing the kisses.
The artillery barrage there, I think. Well-timed artillery barrage, but unfortunately... Wow, okay.
They just killed the Lena.
Oh, Bloodseeker just lost vision! Oh, no,
And
bro.
he's TPing. He's TPing out.
Just barely got out.
Oh, my goodness.
Very good call there from Alias. Just rode the lightning to the exact perfect margin here. Frustrating the Bloodseeker, who's desperately trying to find anything to do at this point. He's going to take his frustration out on Pages, but regret it.
He just dove a tower.
J-Bay just trying very hard to find anything to do, getting flummoxed by the enemy team. This is a good Spectral.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Playmail's also
Spectre
gonna
might get some of the kills.
Also gonna have an impact on the ult there.
Oh, Spectre
But-
turned around.
Yep, they're no longer willing to pursue this.
Oh, they finished the tower.
It's fine. It's a
They're
definitely
actually
a
ahead. They were 3k behind, but now they're 1k ahead on the Radiant side.
Yeah, pulled
And
out.
they have a kill lead.
I do think there's a little bit of an organizational issue on the part of the Leftside Lunchboxes there. Just did not feel like everybody had the same battle plan going into that last, like, the last, I don't want to say fight, because it wasn't really a fight, but just the encounter, as it were, in those last few, just failed to stack. Now he gets to go to sleep.
So Roxy has his shard?
That is super sad!
And now I see why you like the clockwork. Now I see why you like the clockwork.
Oh, that's really sad.
Why did Rocky show himself by himself?
I assume he was waiting for Lycan, and Lycan just said no. Because Lycan
And
was
he has
close.
the full helm. Yeah, and he has the full helm now.
Yep. Cool helm. Like I said, Ancients could definitely be a big part of this. And by the way, Adam is now taking over first place, so Void Spirit is now #1 net worth. He is trading for Lena, but this is a pretty big comeback so far for MS-322.
She almost has her BKB.
BKB is going to change a lot. This is going to be a bit like all the BKBs are coming out are going to be big powers. But like Bloodseeker actually also. Oh man, that could be really bad. A
Yeah,
fight
the
where
Bloodseeker almost has one.
Yep. If a fight where both Bloodseeker and Lena BKB reveal is a lost fight if you're on the Radiant. Like 5 dead, nothing for it, probably type team fight.
They see Roxy. Yeah, they. I was gonna say they see him. Uh-oh.
Another good ult by Maddie. Maddie very strong here this game with the ults. JB is gonna go down, but if Lena just kills everyone now, it's not gonna mean anything.
Yep.
Healy's is gonna be riding Healy's the hell out of here.
They just dusted.
Nothing, yeah.
What an escape.
Radiant's top tower.
A good salvaging of the play there on MS-322's part. They actually do end up with the gold advantage as a result.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Almost Bloodstone on the Leshrac.
Yep. Oh god, they're gonna get Bloodstone on Lesh and BKBs on Lena and Bloodseeker at like the same time, basically. That is gonna be really rough for MS-322. It's really hard to see what these guys are gonna do, like what MS-322 is gonna do when these guys hit BKB besides just run away, basically. Like, Snap can't do anything, Lycan can hit R and run away, Ricky can't do anything, Void Spirit can't really do anything, and Spectre has the best chance, but...
Oh, he got out. Where'd he go?
Getting a little juked up
Oh.
here.
Oh, he's on the trees. Oh, she almost saw him.
Yep, would have been really funny if she just randomly stunned that for no reason. Good juke there on the part of pvcpipe. After an unfortunate start for PVC, I will say he's doing a good job trying to turn this around. I do gotta question a little bit the decision to try and go straight into Ags here. I don't know who he's gonna kill with it. Like the 2 supports are really tanky, and like and like the 3 cores are just gonna kick your ass. Like, I think I just wait on the Ags until I could actually kill anybody. You know.
Is
Until
Lycan
it was a
dead
big
here?
threat. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. He's doing a lot of damage to the tower. He just hit he just killed the tower, but he's dead. He went back in.
Lena almost died of the ancient.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. What are you doing, Roxy? Why are you
no!
waiting for?
Oh, no!
Why did he wait? Why did he wait? Oh, no. Yeah,
Oh!
Vision because of Bloodseeker. Vision because of Bloodseeker.
Doesn't it?
Hurts, doesn't it? Hurts, don't it? That's what Katie used to say. Goodbye, Bloodseeker. She just gets assassinated off screen. It's funny how much, like, things have reversed for poor Blood. Oh, somebody's got Tink Bot?
Yeah, the Clockwork.
Tall Balls
does.
is a tall baller. Everybody, only ballers can use this courier. Alright, so if you ever see it, you're in the presence of one. Wonder what courier I use.
They just placed a ward on top of a sentry? There's lots of sentries in the dire jungle. Are they blocking the camps?
Don't think so, really. This one might be getting blocked.
Look at
No,
the
it's
one
not.
to the right.
Okay.
That one.
No, that's,
Is that one being blocked? No,
Bottom
nope.
tower is
No,
under
but you can hold Alt to C,
Yep.
and they ain't.
You gotta pay for that.
No, you don't actually. I don't have Dota Plus.
Ricky got out!
Yep, good instincts there on Ricky. He's just doing everything he can to get out, but unfortunately he is soft.
Bloodseeker! Bloodseeker! Oh,
And,
he got out of it! Oh, but he got hit by neutrals.
Bloodseeker wants it so bad.
He's bloodthirsty.
I mean, it's appropriate for the name of the hero if you think about it. Oh yeah, he still does have overclocking. That is his eggs. Okay, so that's good. We got 3-man smoke here. Tree Bloodseeker Clockwork coming out of the Dire Secret Shop area, looking for Radiant, who's in the jungle at the why did...
Dire's middle tower
Oh, he's
is
just
under
doing that to
attack.
farm, okay. Blade Mail isn't the best farming item in the world. Certainly not now, the very neutered version of Blade Mail, but, you know, it's certainly a efficiency bonus in any case.
They're going after the Snapfire.
Oh, that's
Oh,
bad!
double
That's
damage.
bad!
Oh no, double damage!
Adam,
And
wake up,
he's
homeboy!
He was sleeping.
Adam gonna go
Oh,
down there.
no.
Voice Spirit just taking it
Oh,
now,
no.
but Lena just killed herself on the back of the Spectre.
But she just tapped her blade mail to block the magic damage.
Yep. Roxy Roro gonna get cut out here. Matty Boy wants the last
come
life.
on.
It's not even gonna die.
He did die. Oh no, that was the Leshrac.
Yep.
Treon's still alive.
Randomly went down there.
They're
He's
still
trying
fighting.
to. I think he's trying to go there to get people away from Lena. I don't know how necessary it was ultimately.
Oh, he's blocking him, and he's still taking damage. Oh, missed.
Take your corpse in my jaws.
The clockwork just got out.
Good TP on the Port of Tall Balls there.
No charges.
No
He
charges.
must have. Yeah, look at his item, clockwork. He must have used it.
You know the meme with Megamind looking at the camera. Ah, never mind.
I don't know memes. I'm old.
Dire's
That's
middle
true.
tower is under attack.
There's gonna be another tier 2 fallen.
You're so old. You're almost half Gotham's age.
I'm so old. I'm almost eligible for Social Security.
A lot of swings and misses there on the part of the Leftside Lunchboxes. They have taken the advantage back as far as net worth goes, especially on the back of Lena, who has gone several fights now without taking a spell. The BKB
And she has a
on Lena.
full. And she has a Shadow Blade.
The BKB on Lena definitely proving some dividends so far.
Bounty.
See if they see Roxy.
I'm glad young Snapfire still has an old voice.
Oh, they just took down the obs that I said that they put it down on top of a sentry.
Yep. But unfortunate wordplay there.
And there's another ward underneath the sentry. Yay.
I mean, at least it wasn't within the boundaries of the outposts. That would have been really bad. I would not expect Roxy Roro to make a mistake like that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As if Roxy could ever make such a mistake. Never.
So we're in the mid game now. Everybody's farming.
Yep.
Dire
The pace of this game is slow to a screeching halt, though. We're a little hungry to get a Ricky pick here.
What's the tree showing for?
I believe he thought that Ricky was alone. It's a good,
Oh, now they're going-
it's a good Snapfire ult. I actually really like this in concept. They're just going to prevent,
Oh,
at least
no.
attempt to prevent anything from being done here, but
Oh, no.
unfortunately, Radiant a little far behind as far as the damage gap goes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, the clockwork with freaking how much health?
Burn, baby.
Under 100, because I just saw him heal to over 100, so under 100 health there. So that's a unfortunate display there. That kind of shows, I think, pretty distinctly that the Radiant cannot really win a team fight without Lycan, who probably doesn't really like being in that situation. It's
And
not
he took
an
another
ideal-
tower.
He did take another tower. That's the good news. So this is not as bad as it looks. Especially this T2 bot is a particularly annoying tower for the Radiant to get, but yeah, not being able to win team fights at all without Lycan there, just getting completely squashed. And they had such a good go too, because they just completely got rid of Treant. They had the smoke clone in a good spot, and Snapfire came out with a good ult, but the damage gap was just so bad without the Lycan present. They couldn't get anything done off it anyway. It's a little worrying.
He almost says it's BKB.
I think, unfortunately, I hate to beat on the guy who's trying to learn the game, but I think part of it is just PVC is kind of paying for how he decided to itemize this game. He is so far behind on the net worth chart, and he is, I believe,
Yeah,
oh,
he's-
accidentally did this. Yeah, he's even still last place for the cores on the last hits chart. The lack of Spectre having any money is not doing this team many favors at the moment.
Radiant are scanning.
I feel like if Spec has some money, this could be a very different game.
Should they give him the tome in 2 minutes?
Who's Spec?
Get some levels.
Yeah, you know
He's
what?
been
That wouldn't be a
smoked.
bad idea. Bloodseeker might want one too. As good as the early game was for the Bloodseeker. I feel like JB's
5
been
men smoke.
I feel like JB's been having a bit of a hard time parlaying that into any further success, which is a bit unfortunate for him.
They're gonna walk up the hill.
Yep, just gets spotted out by Roxy
Yep.
here. He's gonna take
Yep.
the gank. They think it's Pages, but that's not correct. They do not want to use anything at this point to deal with this.
Oh,
And,
Roxy!
well, goodbye, Roxy.
Roxy!
That was not deserving of a
Ult.
Trion ult. That was
Ult.
not necessary.
Ult for Roxy. Here comes the Lycan. BKB popped.
If only,
Oh.
okay, never mind. I was gonna say, if only, Trion had, okay, it is gonna matter. If only Trion had some kind of ability to, like, slow everybody down and, like, make them stop for a second, that fight would have been a lot
Spectre
better.
lived. The Spectre lived.
Yep, jumped down to Bloodseeker, was having a completely separate and kind of ill-advised fight here in the secret shop. I don't know, the Leftside Lunchboxes are not putting their best foot forward on a coordination level here. The Trion Protector ult there, just getting used on a lone Ricky, probably just cost him that fight, and this is
And they
just
see,
a bad
yeah,
idea.
they see the Lycan, or the tree. I mean the Trion. That was a good kill.
The comm game needs to improve on Leftside Lunchboxes if they don't want to turn games that start as good as it did for these guys into losses like this at this point could definitely potentially be.
I think the tree is showing too much.
The tree had a good reason to show in the fight before the last one, but he just didn't really in like that particular death. Like in the fight before, he had too little information. He was sitting there as bait for Ricky. He did not think the whole team was behind Ricky, right? He thought that was just going to be some epic solo kill he was going to get. But that death over there, no, yeah, he just shouldn't have been there. Just should have skipped town. This is a way too mobile team. Like, when you lose a fight like that to the degree that you kind of did in a fight like that, you know, you just want to clear the hell out. You don't want to be anywhere somebody that can bail you out isn't.
So Spectre just got 3 levels in 2 minutes.
Yep, not too surprising there.
Dire's middle tower is under
He was
attack.
level 15 now, level 18. Yep.
Also has a
Welcome,
Cloak of
Manta.
Flames. It's a very lucky find for PvC in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to help out both the ability to farm camps to another degree and be an item that's going to make him at least a somewhat credible threat with his ags. If nothing else, it's now a very effective, annoying, like, constant blink cancel. You know, the ghost just following you, just continually preventing you from doing it. As opposed to just getting the first hit off. Doing some ward wars around the Roche pit here.
I was gonna say, when's there gonna be a Roche fight? When do we take Roche?
It's an LD2L game, so you know there's gonna be this weird stalemate around the Roche pit where everybody just, you know, gangs up for a fight and just waits, like, just hopes to Jesus the other team tries to initiate on them. In fairness, teams don't really do that so much anymore, so now you see this. Yeah, I think if there's one thing that perhaps I've caused, if there's one revolution that I've made as a commentator besides telling all the pause 3s that they can disassemble Vanguard, it's probably, oh, swing and a miss, good attempt. It's probably, nobody really does the stupid stand around the Roche pit and wait for the other guy to engage strat anymore. That's extinct for the most part, which is good. Because there's like at least one of those every game in Season 12. Ricky takes the book. Ricky gonna get that annoying smokescreen cooldown talent not long from now.
So Ricky has the tome.
Yep. I mean, if you look at the hero level structure, not terribly surprising. Tied for the lowest in the server at the moment by a pretty good degree. And that's what those books are there for, but that ain't
Oh,
gonna
he
get
just
through this
died.
level. Just randomly walks. Oh, good trial! Now, if you want to use a trial on just one guy, use it on the pause 3, not the pause 4. That's much, you know, the pause 3 that the team is built around. It's a much
Straight
better use
into,
of it.
yeah, look, straight into Roche they go.
Yep. Good secure. Good play here on the part of the looters. I would definitely say this has to go to Bloodseeker, like, logically. He needs it. He's just not been competitive without, like, a second life, it feels like. But he ain't gonna take it. We're gonna give it to Lena, who has basically only died once, so, like, since team fights have started, just on the grounds that we whiffed the ult, which is not great. Not the best use of that, especially in a game that's still definitely competitive. Only a 3k gold advantage and only a 2-level advantage, so.
Bounty killing.
Probability chart say for the winner.
Gabe says actually 72% that MS-322 wins it, which is not usual for a deficit, but here we are.
Well, the game loved Spectre still.
Yep, Adam just picked himself up a Lincoln Sphere, which definitely has the potential to turn around fights a little bit, but I think maybe less than he realizes, with a couple of good ways to get rid of that potentially in the works.
Are they going to wait out the Aegis? Because they haven't lost their mid tower, but they're not defending. Oh, they popped the... I was going to say, are they going to defend it?
We got the Glyphomatic, but... It's like, good. I like this Napple. But it can't do much against the BKBs. Except make a mess. Spectre's in such a bad trouble here. Goodbye, Spec.
And they took down the Aegis.
Yep. First life is gone, but they're really not in the best position to do anything else. Lycan's just going to get 8.
She's showing herself without BKB. Oh. I think the Ricky went after the... Should have went after Lena. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this could be bad. That was bad. The Lincolns did not even pop in that team fight, I don't think.
He might have put it on. He might have put it on the Spectre. I wasn't watching.
I guess, while hypothetically, I think you get a better feeling with what you can do with a Bloodseeker Aegis. Certainly that was not a bad use. It's not like Lena was immortal. So at the very least, they used it well to just force a really bad fight for MS-322. See what Gabe says now. Gabe says still they don't even have the 50% mark yet. Which I think I would definitely...
They're still leading in towers. Still leading, yeah, two towers to 1.
Yep. I mean, they still lead in towers, but it's like, at this point, what more are you going to get out of doing that? Leshrac is an infuriating uphill. Like, there's no two ways about it. Lena is an infuriating uphill. No two ways about it. And just picked up a Satanic. It's going to be hard to win a fight decisively to actually go up, and it's certainly going to be hard to try and go up without winning a decisive fight in advance. This is not going to be an easy team to just, like, sit there and start just dropping the, you know, just start trying to win by attrition, just take little chunks out of the tower, especially with the Treant just being able to undo that.
Yep. Oh, they're going.
Yep.
No, BKB.
Going right on Bloodseeker here.
And Lycan's ulted.
Yep. While Lycan is not going to die in this fight, he's likely not going to take any real part in it at this point. Alright.
Spectre died again. Oh, another BKB from Lena.
Lycan is going to get away, but just barely.
Oh.
Nope, never mind. Bloodseeker's just going to charge him down.
Yeah.
Good attempt there from Ricky to try and put a stop to that, but it just did not pan out for them. Can Gabe admit now? Yep. Just barely has now put it in favor of Leftside Lunchbox.
Oh, it's 11k lead now.
So goes the first T3.
They might just go straight to your 4s. 30 seconds without the Spectre.
No, they're going home. I don't think you're really going to get that much, because Spectre's not like the problem on this team. Let's just make there's no two ways about it.
Literally 10k gold behind the Lena.
Yep. What you're worried about when you're pushing in is taking enough attrition that when Lycan just comes up, he's just going to come kick your ass.
Oh, Abyssal Blade. Yeah, full Little Blade on the Bloodseeker.
Which is a very, very expensive way to pop the Void Spirit Lincolns if he's not careful. Definitely, once they okay, goodbye, Maddie. Once they see this, they definitely want to start getting like a Yules or a Floor Staff or something on these supports.
Nobody has a Yules, right?
Nope, nobody does. Because right now, I think the only way that they pop BKB they pop the Lincolns that they really want to do that with is with the not the Bloodstone, with the Lightning Storm here on Leshrac. Trickster's Cloak going out. Though it does, again, beg the question, do they need it? Because last couple of fights, Void Spirit has been going down just fine without even looking at the Lincolns, so... Pentatch Sword coming down for the Spectre. Actually, hold on, thinking of that. Looking at the jungle items here. Yeah, none of the jungle items are helpful for that either, it's sad. They don't have, like, Stormcraft or anything, at least not yet. Once again, everything kind of flows to just complete halt here, as everybody just starts to try and farm up, get their next item before they do anything else. Which I think at this point you can just say pretty directly just going to favor the Dire, who have much better farming ability, who don't have a dead lane of creeps that they don't get any money from. Ricky says FO. Or maybe FC, hard to tell.
Dire have a deep ward in the Ancient.
Bottom tower is under attack.
On the Radiant side. Right there on the hill, right?
Oh, it's not actually showing
the
anything on the
stair.
hill.
It's on the stair, yeah.
I have a feeling this tower is not for this world much longer. Lena just finished Silver Edge. Ricky just finished Smoke. Dire is scanning out Roche. It's a good fight, but Roche couldn't even have possibly spawned yet, guys. Get somebody to timestamp that, please.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep, indeed. Tower was not long for this world.
They're TPing back to defend.
Don't know why. Maybe they thought that was the real Spectre was in there or something? But, like, definitely the Treant could have just taken care of that. TP'd himself if he needed to. Interesting positioning here. I don't think either team really wanted to try and fight there. I think the initiative, if they had gone, would have been Leftside Lunchbox, but... Let's see what Gabe says now. Yeah, 67%. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. I don't think this game is gone for MS-322 necessarily, but it ain't good for them either. Actually, Spectre just
behind.
like Spectre doing this is not really great. Like, this is not a great activity for Spectre to be taking part in, especially considering this is like a super creeps lane, you know?
Yeah, Spectre should be top, right? Where the Void Spirit is?
More than likely, just farming up something, you know? Spectre just desperately needs more money than the amount she has now. Looking at an Eye of Scotty.
Like, she's getting less money per creep, right? On the super creeps?
At least be bot, you know, the vision ain't great there at bot, but that's still not... Like, you're a Spectre, you know? You can just... Well, you don't have...
Priority 1, right?
Yep, that's pause 1. I mean, again, you can't drop the book too hard on pvcpipe here. He is still trying to accustom himself to running this.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting little situation here. Roche, I think the lunchboxes assumed that was a bigger issue than it actually was. I wonder if that's the real Spectre.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Call there by Bloodseeker, stops at artillery. I don't think MS-322 actually wants to go in on this in any case. I think the best they can do is just try and fight around tower at this point. Unless they get an awesome go, and even then they might just still get eaten by the Lash or the Lena at this point.
Ags on the snap fire.
Yep. Good shot there, actually. Just gets almost
Dire's
everybody on the
bottom tower
dire.
is under attack.
Unfortunately, with the TV back home, a Bloodseeker, which again, they could have just sent Treon out here, I think. Not much gets done to this, or with this Aegis, at least initially. They're gonna have to play the game MS-322 once, which is to slowly push up the bot lane and give them as much time to prepare as possible. Healy's has been doing a good job, even playing from the backside here, trying to give his team, you know, a reasonable way to just hang on, some kind of path, you know. Swing and a miss there from Pages, unfortunately. See, back when the lunchboxes were down, it was like clockwork, just kept having swings and misses, and now that 322 is down, it's Snapfire.
How much time before the alls on the Snapfire is back up?
5 seconds. There's a good opportunity for it, and at the very least, demolish this wave and just make them wait even longer to come back in. Because I know if you can't tell at this point, it's really not having much of an effect on these fights. The Dire can just BKB around it so well, I think, that it doesn't really matter so much. Hello, Void Spirit. Goodbye, Void Spirit. Trying kind of desperately to just keep the T3 up and running here, but Lena is done with that nonsense. I feel like this is probably the last end. What?
They forced after in.
Okay.
Oh, and she threw the Spectre in.
Yep. Spectre on top of the recurring
Oh my
track
god.
ult there is just going to get her killed, unfortunately. That's a bit of a comm line issue there. Perhaps a misclick. We'll never know. Either way, Pages has come to put an end to hope, and there has never been a statue with a more ironic name than that one right now. As I believe all hope is probably just vanished for 322. Spectre can buy back if she wants, but I assure you.
And she did. Oh, they got.
You're gonna knock out the Treon and make this fight a little harder, but.
Did she pop the Satanic? Yep, she did. She's pick up to help, yep.
Ricky's back. Keely's down. There's a Saf here. And despite the cores getting killed with ease, they weren't even able to get Lena's Aegis off that, unfortunately. Well, never mind. Spoke too soon, I guess. She popped the Void Spirit Lincolns with an Abyssal Blade. That's a little unfortunate. It is kind of, it is good for MS-322. I don't think at this point, well, maybe, if the second that Void Spirit is dead, which is now, yeah, it's over. Oh, never mind, he is by.
He just bought back.
They are putting such a good effort in to take Lena down here and try desperately to preserve. Yep. Try desperately to preserve their ability to live, but to be honest with you, I think even if they won this fight, I don't know if they have a path anyway.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That's so sad!
Is under attack.
The stuff.
Wow. What a way to go down.
Oh man.
Radiant's ancient is under
Alright. Well, I think really you can basically say there's two big takeaways from this game. Besides the fact that Maddie loves Heelys. Number one, the draft game for the lunchboxes seems to be strong. At least it was a strong first impression. But the coordination needs to get a little better than that. The Treon out of position a lot of times. In a lot of fights, especially early on, were just very ill-advised, like, scenarios where, you know, J-Bay, for example, just kind of, like, got so frustrated he just baited himself into making bad plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think ultimately the individual play on Leftside Lunchboxes came above that and just finished the job here. It's kind of like the game we did live this week, except they had a better draft, I think, than the enemy lineup. You know, The MS-322 lineup, it feels... Unfortunately, it's kind of like the late era drafts that I saw PVC run in Season 12. It feels like PVC is kind of picked a team like this because outside of the Void Spirit, it's like, here's 4 really meta heroes, but they don't, like, go well together. You know, here's an example for you. Why? Here's a pop quiz for you, Spaz. You've been a captain before, alright? You've probably drafted at least one Snap. You probably played Snap in an official game at some point, alright? Why wasn't the Snap ult affected this game?
BKBs.
Well, there's
and
that.
the Bloodseeker silence.
There's that too. But there's one very major reason, which means that even if it wasn't for those 2 things, it still wasn't going to do anything.
The Clockwork ult. T-Op Protector doesn't cancel channeling, does he, when he ults?
There's no stuns on her entire lineup. The only one is her own cookie.
Stuns win games is the rumor.
Stuns win games is a rumor, but they certainly make Snapfire like an effective hero. You know, she can stun or she can ult for the most part. You know, if you don't have any way to control where the enemy is when the Snapfire ult comes out, all you can do is just kind of hope they walk into it, and they did in this game.
Who could they have picked as an ult with a stun?
I
or
mean,
with the position 1? Like Sven, would Sven been good at this game?
Maybe. Sven ain't like the king of the meta right now by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think it would have been a bad pick. I think probably the ideal thing to do would have just been to pick like a pause 3 with a lot of team fight control ability. Like I hate to bring the name up, but you know, like a Mars would have been really good for them this game. A Tide Hunter would have been really good for them this game.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Tide.
Just
Mars, Clockwork can get out of Mars ult, yes or no?
Mars, I believe that's the case, but like, who cares? It's Clockwork, you know.
Right.
If Clockwork gets out, who gives one, you know?
I mean, they had 3 BKBs, so they just BKB and walk out of the arena anyway.
But the thing is, the reason they were able to get BKBs is because they were able to win, like, or at least, like, survive the early team fights so well. If you have, like, the Mars Arena, you know, if you have, like, the Mars Arena plus the Smoke Cloud, which makes it impossible to fight in the Mars Arena, plus the Snapfire ult, which makes you die in the Mars Arena, then early on, it's just going to be the 3 and under club are just going to be running around, killing Lina, Lishrak, and Bloodseeker over and over and over. And it really almost, with that lineup, the Leftside Lunchboxes team, you can say a lot of things about them, but tanky cores is not one of them. You know, you have a scenario like that, that's going to put their BKBs behind really badly.
Yeah, they had 2 glass cannons, right? Leshrac and Lina.
Yep. And Bloodseeker, even Bloodseeker isn't exactly the tankiest guy in the world. He's no pushover, but he's not 3 tanky, per se.
Right. He had 2 strength items, though.
Yep. Well, he had 2 strength items. You know, you aren't born with those. Either way,
Right.
we'll see
Right.
what happens in Game 2.